See him seated with 12 men, soberly laying word by word directives neating, how his closest companions would deny him. Multitudes he fed would mock him, yell loudest, crucify him, crucify him, crucify him. His flesh whispering realities of how he didn't have to go through with this. Agony, deep-seated pain driving him to his knees. The horrors of crucifixion introducing themselves to him. Sorrow striking up acquaintances with him. The sinless Son of God, guiltless, now befriended and ridden by all hell's cohorts, demanding the abortion and miscarriage of purpose, rendering him prostrate before God. Father, if it is your will, take this cup away from me. Take this cup away from me. But the fullness of deity set him resolute for Golgotha, where heaven downloaded almost tangible testimonies of the dead brought to life, the sick healed of infirmities, the blind given 2 eyes full of sight, how hope would be found. Heaven's perfect symphony of a dying world rejuvenated. Pictures of you and me surface, and all of a sudden, death has lost its sting. For this purpose would he give up the throne. For this cause would he hang on a cross. Not my will, but yours be done. Not my will, but yours be done. Thank you. He made us to be like him, to almost be like him. Have you ever looked at the mirror? Who's looked in the mirror? What do you see in the mirror? Me. You see yourself in the mirror. What do you see, Paul, when you look in the mirror? Me. You see yourself, yes. Brilliant. God made what? So, God made all that. But the amazing thing about God making us in his image is we are created to be like him. And we are more like God when we create. We are more like God when we create. What does that mean? Do you have an idea what I'm saying? What that means? When I say we are more like God when we create, want to tell me what you think of when I say that?
Because we create a lot of things.
Because we create a lot of things. Just talk about poetry, so that you can start and also write your own poetry. Okay? Do you want to read that, Kanya? Thank you. Please read very loudly.
It's good. It doesn't have the things my teacher says a poem should. It doesn't share the feelings I have deep inside of me. It hasn't any metaphors and not one simile.
Thank you. Simile. Any narrative, alliteration too. It isn't an acrostic, diamante or haiku. There's nothing that's personified. It doesn't have a plot. I'm pretty sure that rhyming is the only thing it's got. Could you read here? Do you think you can read that in Paul? All right. It sure was fun to write it, and I think it's long enough. It's just too bad it's missing all that great poetic stuff. I put it on my teacher's desk, and wow, she made a fuss. She handed back my poem with an A+. Who do you think wrote that poem? By just listening to it, who do you think wrote it?
Jesus. What?
Just give us his Dag. Let me just add the G. Can you see? But can you see how I wrote different words from his name? Dread of ugly gifts. Dag. Right? So we could try different things with different names. Let's move on. Anne. A girl named Anne. I could do this with many names. I could even do it with your name, Kanya. I'll try to do that with your name, okay? Or your name, Paul. while we do the next thing, then I'll try and do something with your names and see by the time that we're finished if I can come up with anything more, if it's going to be really hard, okay? Good. And always neat, never enthusiastic. Isn't that fun? A fun way you could play with people's names and find something to say about their names. You could say something very, that has to do with who they are, something that has to do with the things they like. So it's very, very, very much fun to do. I made another one on parents, okay? Just the name parents. Parents are always active and caring. Isn't that true of every parent? It is, yeah? Running after you every day of your life, needing to take care of you. Tender when you're sick and shouting when you're naughty. Who has a parent that does all these things? I used to have one. Your mom probably does this, yeah? So that's a fun way of doing stuff. I think that from what we've done today, you're ready to write your own. Oh, this is the way I have to go. Could you read it for us?
This is the way I have to go. All my chores are short. Only 3 more hours. That's long.
Very good. Very good. Paul, did you write anything? No, you didn't. It's fine. You know, Paul, you can take time and still work at it with your brother, and he could help you. And at home, you could even learn to do so much more, okay? Take time to think about it. It's okay to take time to think about it, okay? Well done. Good job. High five. High five. You guys are awesome. You've done really well. Do you think that from what we've learned today, you could write your own poems? Do you know poems that we've done before? You know, Twinkle Twinkle Little Star is a poem. It's a poem that someone wrote, and then people just took the first part of it and made it into a song. But it's a whole poem. Let me see if I can find it and just to show you that we've had poetry in our lives from a long time ago. Nursery rhymes are made from poems. You know that, right? Rock-a-bye baby on a treetop, and we sing this in preschool. They're all made from poetry. Thank you so much for just listening and making me have so much fun this morning. I'm having so much fun with you. Yeah, thank you. So I'm just gonna share a poem. How old are you guys again? So I'm gonna do a poem for you. Is that okay? I'll do a poem for you that you can remember when you grow up. Right. So you're 8 and you are 2. Alright, so this is called It Is Not for Kings. And I wrote it mostly for my nephews. I have 2 nephews. One is 2 years old. One is turning 2 in August. And I was thinking of the kind of men I want them to be. But then I thought, no, I want to write it for all the young boys out there. So it's for you, Mpo, it's for you, Kanyo. And I want to say this out to you. Is that okay? It's got a lot of principles that will make sense as you grow up, okay? I know you're only 8 and 10, my son, but real men open doors for women. And I know you're probably thinking about elevators, escalators too. So yes, you hold the elevator for them. Pull the chair for them when they sit down. Help them get on safe on those electric stairs. And in jumped up taxis, there too, chivalry is not dead. And after you will suffice, my son. You will grow up to be a gentleman. You will respect women and love them. You will not serial date, my baby. You will be clear on what you want. You will not waste time because you know and understand that time is a treasure influencing moments eternally. You will learn to culture your speech, thinking before you speak. Become a priest in your own house. You will influence communities and lead nations. Become a priest in your own house. And when you find her, you will place your heart on her. Not only will your heart be on her, but you will set your eye on her. You will learn from your Father above to make the objects of your affection treasured like the apple of your eye. Keep her. How you will not promise to go and get her the moon, but moments spent under this artifact of light will sketch vivid paintings of your love coming full circle. How you will not promise to cross the ocean for her, but imprint your love in her so much that oceans become synonymous with the depth of the love that you have for her. You're my little boy, so I will teach you everything that I know. It is of kings that sons learn wisdom on their mothers' laps, and to you, Kanyo, to you, Mpo, foolishness is not an option. It is not for kings, my son. And when kings go to war, David, you will carry your machete, your spear, and your battle guard, even if it means your head hung, my son. Real men do not shirk their responsibilities. Even if it means your head hung, you will keep your word. You will learn to keep secrets that heaven has deposited in you, Samson, for future generations. You will not fall to your demise to the Delilahs, temptresses that come alive when the sun goes to bed, Samson. You will learn to keep your word. You will learn to keep those secrets that heaven has deposited in you for future generations. You will respect women and love them. You will not zero date, my baby. You will be clear on what you want. You will respect women and love them. You will learn to protect them. You will learn to provide, just like you bring me a lollipop from school when your dad gives you pocket money. You will learn to protect women. You will fight battles for them because you know that there are battles they would fight but won't win without your support. You're my little boy, so I will teach you everything that I know, Mpo. Everything that I know, Kanyo. It is not for kings, my son. To you, foolishness is not an option. It is not for kings, my son. You're a king, and it is not for kings, my son. It is not for kings, my son.